So the big question is, do you hope Barack Obama succeeds? Ooh, dang. I don't know. Of course I hope he succeeds. I heard that question on Bill O'Reilly, do you hope Obama succeeds? I knew you watched Bill O'Reilly, you sellout. Now hold on. I think it's evident that you hate Bill O'Reilly more than I like Bill O'Reilly. And if you hate Bill O'Reilly that much, it's gotta mean that you watch him that much. If you want to try to say that you don't watch his show, then that means that you're hating him based on nothing. And that would be prejudice now, wouldn't it? And prejudice is bad, remember? So it's gotta be one or two things. It's either that you are prejudiced or you watch Bill O'Reilly more than I do. Now, back to me supporting Obama's success. I hope that Barack Obama is successful at changing his mind when it comes to his tax plan. When you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody. No, it ain't. You think that by taxing people who make over $250,000, $200,000, $150,000, $100,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 is a good tax plan? I don't think I need to tell you, it doesn't sound like a solid tax plan. I don't know, y'all. It looks to me like if you own a business, you just need to be ready to be taxed. That's right, baby. Oh, the plumber is coming to lay that pipe. The consumers, of course, will be targeted for the businesses to recover their cost. Do you really believe that the people in the middle class and in the lower income bracket are not going to feel the effects of these businesses getting taxed like that? When the plumber is laying that pipe, you're going to be the pillow the businesses bite on, baby. They're going to have to raise the prices on their products and services. They're going to have to continue to let employees go. They'll also say, screw this, man, we're going to set up shop overseas. I hope Barack Obama is successful at changing his mind about shoving the Second Amendment into a bear trap. Y'all, history often shows that dictators do not like for their citizens to be armed. I hope that Barack Obama is successful at changing his mind when it comes to America's defense systems. You want to cut investments to our missile defense systems. You say that they're unproven. It's not that they're unproven. There just is no missiles that will meet your satisfaction. You just don't like missiles. I gotta say that because it seems pretty evident that you don't like for people to have the ability to defend themselves. You're not going to allow us to be able to defend ourselves from orbit? Come on, man, the one who has the high ground has the advantage. You want to store future combat systems, take our nukes offline, and cease the development of more. Sir, listen, America is a body, and every body needs an immune system. You are talking about weakening the immune system of the body of America. You will in effect have caused the body of America to have acquired an immunity deficiency syndrome. Yes, you are talking about giving the body of America AIDS. You got these conspiracy theorists saying that the government gave America AIDS. Well, here Barack Obama is actually talking about doing it. I hope that Barack Obama is successful at changing his mind when it comes to the Freedom of Choice Act. Oh, come on, stop it with that. You know you mean Freedom of Abortion Act. Won't y'all just call it what it is? That's the only choice you're talking about. So check this out, y'all. I was flipping through the radio stations, man, and I came across this guy. I think his name is Norman Marks, right, on K-News Radio. And he was on with this cat named Clay Jenkins. And Clay Jenkins is an impersonator. I think one of his specialties is Thomas Jefferson. And I stopped on him right when they said something to the effect of, conservatives talk all this limited government stuff, but they want the government to be intrusive when it comes to abortion. I was like, no, he didn't. I says, man, the conservatives ain't calling for the government to be intrusive when it comes to abortion. That's conservatives calling on the government to do their job. He says, how do you mean? Well, I'm no constitutional scholar, but I believe the Fifth Amendment says that nobody shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. My man Norman Marks started to get heated, and he says it doesn't have rights, it's just a blob. And then I said, but wait, man, the D of I says that we're all created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He just continued to say it's just a blob. We're all created equal. Every one of us has equal share in going through the event of being a blob. We're all created equal. Each one of us was created with a sperm and an egg, which means that equality began in the womb, which means that your right to life began in the womb. So at this point, my man is getting real hot. He's saying it's just a blob. It can't even vote. Can't vote? Man, a convicted murderer can't vote, but I bet you stand in the way of his execution. A 10-year-old kid can't vote. Does that mean that that 10-year-old qualifies for execution just because he can't vote? So now Norm goes to Clay Jenkins, who goes in and out of character as Thomas Jefferson speaking to us from the 1800s. And he responds with this, man, I'm glad we don't have to deal with this issue in my time. Man, to me, that's along the same lines as Barack Obama saying this issue is above his pay grade. Man, I am so glad the vast majority of our soldiers don't share that mentality. To protect human life, even the lives of the unborn, a soldier is prepared to lay down limb and life. All you gotta do is lay down a signature above your pay grade. I get liberals attacking me sometimes saying, you support the military so much, but how come you didn't serve? I didn't join the military because I'm not made up of that something more that they're made up of, even though you think they joined because they're made up of something less. And why are you holding it against me for not serving? If I joined the military and did go fight, you'd hold it against me for serving. See, all the movers and the shakers in the abortion movement, they don't see the empowerment of being able to bring life into the world. They see empowerment in the ability to cancel it. They're not doing this to protect women from back alley abortions. Men and women who support abortion do so because they want to live a life without consequence. Now there are consequences that everybody has to endure and they accept that, but a child ain't one of them. So anyway, to answer the question, do I hope Barack Obama is successful? Of course, man. I ain't a hater. I'm praying for Barack Obama to have a change of heart. I'm not a hater, y'all. I'm not going to waste 4 to 8 years of my life hating on somebody. Ain't nobody worth that kind of emotional investment from me. Y'all, I ain't like liberals. I can't focus all my energy on hating somebody while the rest of the country goes downhill. Liberals have spent the last 8 years dropping wood at the feet of George Bush, and the rest of the country got burned for it. Yo, I hope y'all will instead put that energy into loving your God, loving your spouse, loving your kids, loving your dog, loving your cat, loving your this, loving your that. That's what's going to get us through, baby. Not hating on Barack Obama. We gonna have some fun with him, but he ain't going to catch any hatred from me. That's what sets me apart from liberals, and I hope we can ride together on that. Look here, y'all. Just see Barack Obama as the Grinch that came to steal America. And we'll be just like those who's in Whoville. We won't let him get us down. We'll keep our spirits high. We'll cling on to each other that much tighter, including our Bible and our guns. This guy's just sucking up and selling out to the Republicans so he can get paid. Y'all, I could have just as easily sold out by keeping these ideas to myself. I could have gone along with the program and made music geared towards hypersexuality or American hatred and increase doubts about the Almighty. I'm a Christian, conservative, Republican patriot. We're not exactly welcome in Hollywood. I am where I am right now because I would not sell out my country and help to turn people away from God.